The banquet table buffet, rookie figure 8 division. Moving out of turn number 4 to collect lap number 1. And it's Terry Newcomb in car number 154 who leads the first lap, with the number 6 of Doug Smith moving into second. Smith challenging for the lead over in turn number 2 as they move through the intersection. And some heavy traffic there in the back of the pack as they race out of the second turn and down through the intersection. One car getting crossed up going into the entrance of turn number 3. That was the number 72 of Gary Desarn. Now it looks like Larry Clemens in the 131 gets turned around as well. Okay, and the field gets scattered about, and now we'll have some intersection action. As the number 6 of Doug Smith continues to lead Terry Newcomb at second. David Doyle in car number 97 at third. And watch out at that intersection, and our race leader barely slips through. Okay, now things are going to get interesting here. The 131 of Larry Clemens stops at the intersection. Here comes Doug Smith, and he slips through once again. Terry Newcomb still at second. David Doyle at third. Lee Mann runs at fourth, and Jack Mann, the current point leader, is at 5th place already. And again, our race leader has to slow for traffic. Victor DeLeon in car number 95 nearly gets picked away at the intersection. And the number 72 of Gary Desarn gets turned around. And look out, our race leader gets tapped at the intersection. He's trying to hold on to the lead, and he spins around in the infield. Lee Mann in car number 25 and David Doyle will now race for the lead out of turn number 4 as they move through the intersection. And the yellow flag comes out. I tell you what, this has got to be the wildest show in town. Saturday nights here at Louisville Motor Speedway. I don't think I wanted to be that guy driving car number 72, Gary Desarn. Spun around facing the wrong way, and I have about 20 other cars on the racetrack. Now the car starts. Can you believe it? And he turns the machine around, and it looks like he may rejoin the line. The green flag is back out. Out front, it's Jack Mann in car number 55. However, Harry Pertiller now moves in on Lee Mann to battle for second. Moving down into turns 3 and 4 with David Doyle in car number 97 up to the number 4 position. Johnny Hines rounds out that top 5 as they move single file back into turns 1 and 2. Mike Mullins now runs at 6 as Doug Smith now tries to get around Bernie Morris to run 7th as they race back into turns 3 and 4. Chuck Wolf right there as well in the 188, and Victor DeLeon in car number 95, is just not going to stop at that intersection. The 32 of Lee Parrish does, however, and it looks like the number 111 of John O'Brien has problems on his machine, and he pulls into the infield. Jack Mann, our leader, and look out at that intersection, and how did Larry Clemens avoid getting collected? I don't know, but he spun the car around and rejoins the lineup. Out of turn number 2 and down through the intersection, it's Jack Mann. Harry Pertiller now runs at second. Lee Mann runs at third. Al Farmer nearly getting collected at that intersection. And again, we'll have to continue to watch that intersection as Bernie Morris slips through in front of our race leader, Jack Mann. Al Farmer now slipping through the intersection. And it looks like there's problems for Johnny Hines as well as Lee Parrish over in turn number 1. Jack Mann, our race leader, collects lap number 10. Lee Mann running at second. Harry Pertiller runs at third. Mike Mullins at fourth. And rounding out that top 5, it's Doug Smith. And another close call at that intersection. David Heaton now in car number 87 stopping at the intersection. Lee Parrish up against the wall down in turns 1 and 2. And Donnie Skaggs got together with Chuck Wolf in turns 1 and 2 and spins it around. Laps completed, and look out in turn number 2. Lee Mann in car number 25 gets turned around. Here comes some oncoming traffic, and he's collected by David Doyle in car number 97. Let's see if they can get the machines restarted. And this race is under caution at the 12 lap mark. 13 laps completed. The yellow flag comes out as they race back across the finish line. The yellow flag coming out when 2 cars got together, David Doyle and the number 25 of Lee Mann over in turn number 2, blocking the racetrack, bringing out this yellow flag at the 13th. Doug Smith in car number 6 now, challenged along the inside by Harry Pertiller in the X20, with Chuck Wolf now running in 3rd, Gregg Witt at 4th. Pertiller takes the lead away, survives a little fender bending, and Johnny Hines at car number 57 gets out of line, spins it around right at the intersection. Harry Pertiller in the X20, your race leader now by about a car length, moving down into turns 3 and 4. Doug Smith in the number 6 right there. Here comes Gregg Witt in car number 79 now to the inside of the 188 of Chuck Wolf to battle for 3rd place as they move out of turn number 4. Stacy Kelly in car number 23 rounds out that top 5 as they move back into turns 1 and 2. Gregg Witt again trying the inside of Chuck Wolf as they exit the 2nd turn, and Witt takes away 3rd place at the intersection. 15 laps completed and less than 10 to go. And it's Harry Pertiller in the X20, your race leader, looking for his 2nd feature win of the 1992 racing season. Doug Smith in car number 6 expects to be a player in this over the final laps of the contest, along with Gregg Witt in car number 79, who appears to be reeling in our race leader. John O'Brien in car number 111 is spun in between the 3rd and 4th turn as he backs the car up, and it appears he's going to pull it down to the infield. Harry Pertiller in the X20 and the number 6 of Doug Smith get together right at the intersection. Pertiller spins the car around after knocking down the finish line pin, and the car comes to a rest in the infield. Doug Smith, our race leader now, in car number 6 out front, with Gregg Witt in car number 79 now, running at 2nd. Larry Clemens in the 131 goes on a spin. Going 3rd now, Chuck Wolf, Stacy Kelly, and the number 98 of Mike Mullins as they race back into turns 1 and 2 after collecting lap number 18. Chuck Wolf goes way up the bank, and he may lose a position doing that as Stacy Kelly in car number 23 comes to the inside. He'll take it away. Now Mike Mullins in car number 98 comes up. He tries to take over 3rd, and they use all the banking down in turns 3 and 4 as they move down towards that intersection. Very apparent one of the cars began misfiring there just before the intersection. It looks like it might have been the number 7, Donnie Skaggs. His car is all but stopped up in the 1st and 2nd turn. Doug Smith in car number 6 collects the checkered flag. The number 79, Gregg Witt at 2nd, and the number 98 of Mike Mullins was 3rd.